Hey everyone, Kyle with SSV Works, and today we're going to walk you through the install of our WP Series 2-speaker overhead soundbar for your Polaris Razor XP 1000. Included in the kit is the soundbar itself with pre-installed 6.5-inch A-spec speakers, our MRB3S Bluetooth controller with built-in 200-watt amp and an integrated dome light. You'll also get a pair of mounting brackets, all necessary hardware, and a 10-amp fuse. For tools, you're going to need a T40 Torx, 5mm Allen, and a 10mm deep socket. All right, let's get started. Most vehicles will come equipped with a factory mirror. In this case, we've already gone ahead and removed it. Using the supply bracket, this will now go to the back of the mirror. Make sure the rib nuts are facing out. Then, using your two 5mm screws, they will go to the front of the mirror and go ahead and start screwing those in. With our bracket now in place, we're going to go ahead and line it up with the two holes on the enclosure, making sure the mirror side is facing opposite of our SSV logo here. And then go ahead and drop your two bolts into place. With our two screws in place, you're going to go ahead and install the two 10mm nuts. Moving on to the brackets for the enclosure. Now, if your car comes equipped with a factory roof, there are two clips at the front of the cage. Go ahead and unclip those, and that'll give you enough room to lift and put your brackets into place. Next, we're gonna go ahead and load the enclosure up to the cage. If you have somebody to help you out here, it'll make things a lot easier for you. Okay, there's 4 holes here. And using the provided hardware, you're going to line them up to the holes in the brackets, hand tighten them down for now so the enclosure is hanging down. We got our enclosure hanging down. Next, we're going to run our AM/FM antenna along our roll cage. Pro tip, keep it away from any LED light sources. All right, as you can see, the enclosure does come with some extra plugs. We've got our extra speakers hookup, our USB port hookup, and an extra amp hookup here. In this case, we're just gonna be running our power and ground wire here directly to our bus bar. The factory cage does come with a hole already in it, just above the A-pillar here. Using B-H1591 power harness, we're gonna go ahead and feed that down so it comes out to the bottom of the cage. Okay, you wanna make sure you leave enough slack to make your power and ground connection here. Once you've done that, you can then pull the rest of your slack down your A-pillar. All right, now that we've ran all of our wiring, we can go ahead and fully tighten up the bolts on the enclosure. Pro tip number 2, now's a good time to latch down that roof before tightening down the bolts on that enclosure. Moving up to the front of the car, we're gonna go ahead and remove these 2 panels being held in place by 4 screws using a T40 Torx bit to be able to expose the bus bar. Now that we got the 4 screws out, we can go ahead and remove these 2 panels. Where the power wire comes out at the bottom of the A-pillar, you're going to want to route the cable along the frame to the center of the vehicle. Okay, we've run our power wire along the frame, securing it into place using zip ties. Once you've done that, you can run it straight back to the firewall. You'll find a grommet, and go ahead and punch your cable on through there. Go ahead and pull your wire through the dash cavity all the way up. And next, we're gonna go ahead and crimp our fuse and terminal ring. All right, your ground will get your single terminal ring here. We'll go ahead and crimp that on. Okay, and then take our B-1485 with inline fuse and crimp it to our main power wire. Using a 10mm socket, we'll go ahead and make our power, then ground connection to the bus bar. Once your connections are made, zip tie any extra slack. All right, we got everything wired up. The last step before you put your hood back on, you want to make sure your system powers up correctly. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. We got our dome light, We got our radio. Let's go ahead and button it back up. Now that our overhead system is installed, we'll go ahead and put the hood panels back on and get out there and give it a rip.